Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm so happy to have you. So my previous subscribers, welcome back to the channel. So there are a lot of you guys that joined, so thank you all. I don't know where all you guys came from, because it seems like a lot of you guys really came over. I don't know where you guys came from, but anyway, welcome to the family. Here on the channel, we operate with the formality and understanding of love. We tell each other we love each other. On the channel, I tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. And we have an amazing community here, so I hope that you find a sense of home here, and that's what I'm hoping for. So anyway, without further ado, this video is being recorded on none other than Friday, January 24th at 2:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, I am recording this at midnight, but nonetheless, I work all night for you guys to make sure that you guys get the message that you need to hear, not what you want to hear, because that's something that you are here for. If you're in the wrong channel, you can go in and subscribe. But if you're here because you want to be able to need the message and you want to know what message Spirit has to say, then stay here. I don't shy away from telling the truth. If I see Donald Trump winning like something, so be it. You know what I mean? You can choose to dislike me because of the message that I receive at the time or not. That's up to you. I can't tell you how to receive everything. But what I can tell you is I'm going to read the energy accurately to my best of my ability. I read energy, I read timeline, I read the most best outcome, best plausibility and where we're heading with the current choices as of when I currently read. But I don't predict whether some of my energies had come true. But that's up to your leisure. You decide what did or what didn't come true. That's up to you. That's not up for me. I don't brag about a lot of my achievements here. That is something for you to decide and determine at your own leisure. But anyway, without further ado, let's go and begin. I think Spirit was telling me that I need to do a video on Harris. I don't know how to say her first name. At least a lot of you guys have said I didn't know how to say her first name correctly. I don't feel comfortable calling her vice president anymore because then that kind of keeps her in a box. So we're just going to call her Harris for right now, just to kind of be able to read the cards accurately, but without confining her to a certain title or a certain form, or Madam President. But I don't want to do that because right now, if I call her Madam President, I'm essentially putting my opinions and other things that I received and other readings onto her. So I want to kind of read independently. So that's what we're going to do. Alright, so this video is just for entertainment purposes only, for educational purposes only. Anything I do or say in this video just for life purposes only as well. Let's begin. We have a lot to get through today. If you want to engage with the content or help out the channel, like, subscribe, share, and hit the bell icon, and just hang out. Let me know in the comments below what you think of today's video. Watch this video longer than normal. Any sort of engagement of any kind help the channel out. It also helps your algorithm tell you how to better recommendation. Plus, you get to see other psychic tarot card readers and astrologers. So that's also a benefit for you, since that's what you guys like. And nonetheless, you can also go into the comment section below or in the description and follow my Blue Sky account and my Facebook group so you can be notified when I upload next. Alright, so with that out of the way, let's begin. My back is killing me. I've been doing this for about 2.5 hours so far. I just finished recording the video with Donald Trump and timeline. That's a part 1 video. It's more lightweight. So definitely go watch it. Go check it out. It's the video before this one. But yeah. So we'll see what happens. They just told me Harris. They just told me do a video on Harris. I know nothing about what today's topic is. So this is going to be a mystery reading regarding Harris. But I know nothing else. I was not given any information. So we'll see what Spirit has to say. Alright, so Spirit, tell me, why do you tell me to read on Harris right now? What do you need to say about Harris? Now you know who I'm talking about. The 49th Vice President of the United States. Harris, why do you tell me to read on her? What is so important that you need me to tell my viewers? What is so important that you need me to tell my viewers? Okay, that we're not taking because that's not. Okay. What was so important you needed me to tell my viewers? Right on a. Okay, whatever. Alright, so we had it line up just like this. Oh look, we have 2 cards that's upright. That's so cute. I love it. You have the Ace of Cups reverse. Alright, what else? Harris, 49th former Vice President, 49. Okay, woman challenging the Ace of Cups. This card, followed by the bottom deck. Okay, so what's the bottom of the deck here? We have victory. Six of Wands. What's the top of the deck? We have strength. Strength is reverse. Okay, let's see. Let's read. What does Spirit have to say for Harris? Because this was all like just a surprise, if you will. Alright, so here we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Time. We have the Ten of Pentacles reversed, which is the line of succession. Here we have the Lover's card, which is reversed. This is the Biden-Harris administration. Biden has gone out of office now, we know that. Here we have is the King of Swords reversed, incumbency, leaving your faction. Okay, so a lot of you guys who are new, when I read, I don't read the intention of the cards. I don't actually know tarot cards, so I actually don't know the actual meaning. I don't follow it. Not my thing. I read intuitively, I read energetically. My intuition is what determines the meaning of the card. That's how I always done it. That's how my guides told me to do it. Just listen to your gut and trust it, and that's the meaning. And it changes, which is nice because when you follow things in the guidebook, you are conforming yourself to whatever that card means, what the interpreter, author designed it. I read intuitively. I read energetically. Here we have it, the King of Swords reversed. The King of Swords reversed, when it's reversed, it means that the person is out of power. Right? It means defeat. It means remove or gone or they're not going to win. In this aspect here, we're asking what do we need to know about Harris. Now, this card is reversed. This is interesting because this means out of office. Right? This person's out of office. Right? Out of power. When this is upright, it means they're in power. That's why always, every time there's a chair, no matter what card it is, whether it's the Queen of Wands, the King of Wands, whatever it is, when the chair of the person is upright, that means they are in power. It's reversed. She's out of power. We have here is followed by the Five of Pentacles though. The Five of Pentacles is walking away. She don't walk away. She does not walk away from the incumbency. So something's weird here. So she don't walk away from the incumbency. Okay. Then you go back into the original reading again, which is the main part of the reading. This is the main frame here. We have the Wheel of Fortune reversed, the Ten of Pentacles reversed, followed by the above Lover's card reversed, followed by the Ace of Cups reversed. So I mean, these are all reverses. Now, what is challenging the Ace of Cups? Well, I can tell you right now. It's the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles, which is the Great Fortune card. This is the woman, the female. Why is this challenging her Ace of Cups? So this is interesting because the Ace of Cups means opportunity, transition, overflowing of abundance. It's reversed. This is interesting nonetheless. What is aided by it? Well, we have a pentacle being stolen. Because here we have the Ten of Pentacles reversed. The Ten of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. This is a 9, this is a 10. How do we get from 10 to 9? Because somebody is taking a pentacle from the woman. And who is he giving it to? Who is he giving it to? He's giving it to Kamala's water. A pentacle was taken from the line of succession for a sense of peace, tranquility, understanding. So something has been shifted to head towards more peaceful, better times. Right? I actually just shifted into a different timeline. I shifted into a positive timeline. If you have not watched my other video, I did a little meditation for us to have us shift into a better timeline. So go watch it, go check it out. This is the Wheel of Fortune reversed. This is interesting because it means time was not on her side, right? Time was not meant for her just yet. We have the Lover's card reversed, which is the Biden-Harris administration. Biden is gone. We know that for sure. They're out of power. We know that. We have here is followed by the Ten of Coins reversed. The Ten of Coins reversed means the line of succession. She was not meant to follow the line of succession the way that, some people have been getting, including me. I'm guilty of it as well. I got an energy. There was a time in where Biden would step down and she could become president because I kept saying that Trump and Harris would be president. We just didn't know how the story was going to play out. It didn't happen with the line of succession. So it wasn't a line of succession. That means something else is going to be in play here besides the line of succession because Biden's out of power. So how does she become president when Trump is president? You know what I mean? That has been something that has been ongoing thing that we've been trying to figure out since like in 2022 or something. Here we have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is the challenge to the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is abundance. This is a Great Fortune card. This is interesting that the Great Fortune is challenging abundance. That is like two cards almost equalizing each other out, canceling each other out. But the the Nine of Pentacles lost a pentacle, so it lost its 10th pentacle to become the Great Fortune that challenges the Ace of Cups reverse, and the Knight of Pentacles is given calm water. Why is this significant? Well, I can tell you right now why the calm water is significant. Why is hiding from trouble the calm water significant? What did she do? She knew that the country wasn't ready. The new country wasn't strong enough for her. And this is how she felt. She felt like this. This is the Nine of Swords. She felt like that. She felt upset. Like this is what happened. But then she found something. She found a Page of Pentacles. The same pentacle that was given. So essentially, the Ace, the 10 of Pentacles, which would have been her fate if it had followed that way. Because again, the story was developing up until the very last moment. This is the 10 of Pentacles, right? 10 of Pentacles lost a pentacle, became the 9 of Coins here, which challenges the Ace of Cups. Was that Knight of Pentacles, which means slow moving, but nonetheless it means smoother, peaceful transfer. This is like the transfer, taking the pentacle and handing it to somebody else. This is peace, right? She knew that, the country was not ready for her, that she wasn't strong, that she wasn't meant to be president just yet. Here we have the Nine of Swords, right? Sleepless nights, kind of upset. Here she finds, through her upset, she goes to her next stage. Her next stage is the Page of Pentacles. She finds the pentacle that was given to her. She is given the pentacle from the Knight of Pentacles. And here you have the Future card. Well, this card, when it's upright, when it's reversed, means the future. When it's upright, it means the past. So she finds something from the past in terms of the Page of Pentacles. She finds something. Let's see what that is. What exactly does she find from the past? And it almost feels like a gift to her. What is that? We have here something revolving around the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands. Here is the Four of Cups, opportunity. Okay. The opportunity. She feels like she missed an opportunity here. The Strength card is weak because people are fighting. So there's a fighting card here. Followed by the Nine of Swords, which is the opportunity. It means the loss of opportunity. Or the sensation of it. Here she finds the Page of Pentacles, and in the time with the Page of Pentacles, eventually she finds the Queen of Pentacles. And she holds one pentacle. She has one pentacle still. We know that. She has one pentacle, but she's sitting in the chair. What did I tell you about the chair before? When the chair is upright, it means they are going to be in a position of power. She finds the pentacle. Something but the past, with people fighting, and it's an opportunity that was lost, but she has seeked the opportunity. If she chooses to seek it, she will become the Queen of Pentacles. And what is from the past? Hardship. Struggle. Something from the past reemerges. Now, how do we know that? Because we have the Victory card in the bottom. The Victory card is followed by the world being upside down. Her world was upside down because of betrayal. Something was betrayed to her. Right? But she can't walk away from that because this is not something that is her fault. Right? This is not something that she can walk away. Because 45 did this. He messed with the election. 45 messed with the election, turned the election upside down. By doing so, he made it so that he could not leave the office of the presidency. But the cup is filled. It's filled with a fish. You know how hard it is to get a fish from the ocean and put it in a cup, let alone? This is an opportunity, a filled cup. What does the filled cup mean? It means eventually there will come a time and a place where he will have to leave. Eventually. And people will celebrate. People will celebrate that. But you might not hear it on the media. So there has to be a formation. This is the media here. There has to be something within government where they realize a loss. They look at the loss. And if they look at the loss, they can find 45 on election night. 45, this is my election night card. For those of you guys who are new, this is the Three of Wands, this is my election night card. It's for birth. They have to find something that happened on election night. And this has to do with the presidency reverse. Okay, so in the past, in October, before the election, I said that if anything was to happen, it will take place during another election. Ironically enough, the United States has elections almost every single year. which means that in order for them to find out that something major has happened within the United States, they essentially need to have an election, realize something going on with that election cycle, with that result, and then it's found out. Because remember, and I explained this to a lot of people, so I'm going to tell you right now, because I actually finally have markers, so I can actually show you. Alright, hold on. Okay, so this is the result of a random state. Okay, 50% for Trump, 47 for Harris. Right, that is the result of a certain state. How did they do it? How did they do it? Well, I explained this in my cards and I explained this to you guys, but I'm going to explain it again because a lot of you guys didn't know and you're not going to be aware of it. The 50%, what was happening was they took the software program, they encoded a Trojan horse, which is called, I think it's called the deep monster, whatever it's called. Whatever it is, it's a code system stronger than a Trojan horse. It goes into the malware system of the main software, the center of it, and it encrypts a blockage. How does that block work? Well, the block essentially makes it possible that, just say the Democrats were supposed to be at 50%, right now 47. The block could essentially put them capped at 46%, which means that once they reach the 46% threshold, all the ballots can still be counted. It just won't add up into the tally. So all these votes here could be missing. So what they did was they capped the Democrats at a maximum amount. But once they reach the maximum amount, the votes will still be counted. It just won't be counted in the system in the final tally. Those votes would essentially be ghost ballots. For Trump, on the other hand, his goal was to not include any type of coding system. What it did was instead was just, all he had to do was make sure he maintained a certain level of support, and if he gained support, great. If he doesn't, good as well. That is why Russia went out of its way to do bomb threats, to lower the enthusiasm for Democrats as well, to lower that enthusiasm for Democrats. It was kind of like a distraction, if you will. But that is how they did it. So they encoded a malware program, a coding mechanism within the voting machine that encrypted where the Democrats are capped at a certain amount. That's why if you look at a lot of the states, they look like very similar margins, almost all of them. That's very hard to get, especially countrywide. You know what I mean? So that is very important and very significant nonetheless. But that is what I got. Again, everything in this video is just for life purposes only. Now, the reason why that is important is because it talks about now that in order for something like that to happen and to be exposed, the ballots are gone, right? They're considered ghost ballots. You can't find those ballots because he didn't take the ballots, he didn't delete them, he didn't remove them, he didn't throw them out, he didn't add them to his tally, he didn't do that. You wanna know what he did? He just became ghost. God. It went up, didn't count, didn't register in the system, it's gone. There's no record of it. That is how they got away with it. That's why when they look at the result, they don't find anything. That's why they can't find anything. But the coding system will backfire on them. Because I said before the midterms, they're going to have a couple elections, and in some of those elections where the system is located and where the coding mechanism is in the machine, where it's encrypted, when people go and vote for whatever new race is, they're actually going to put the Democrats where the Democrats have it. But it's like, let's say for example, they have, in the 2024 election, they had Harris first, at the first top choice, right? They had Harris. Then they had Trump at the second choice. But in the midterm, they might switch it because Harris and Trump are not on the ticket. So they're just going to put maybe the Republican first and put the Democrat the second choice. Now, it's going to affect the Republican with their own coding system. It's going to hurt them. So I feel it's going to come and get exposed through another election. And that's when they start to go and look back at the 2024 election. The good thing about the United States, there's always elections. There's always something happening in the United States. So the waiting period won't be too long. But there's that. I don't think that they're going to find it by just looking at the election. I think they're going to find it by going and actually realizing it midway through another election. But we'll ask the cards and see what the cards think about that and see if maybe they agree or disagree or if the energy change. So spirits and angels tell me, will information be revealed about the election? There's a lot of unknown variables, a lot of things going on, a lot of moving parts. We have here the government in reverse. We have here loss. They need to look in the right direction here. They're looking at the cups and they're not focusing at the loss. They're not focusing at the two cups that they can focus on. Maybe that one of the cups might be Trump saying, oh, look at Pennsylvania. Right? It could be one of those. It could be like, oh, we're not looking at the obvious. What is obvious? Whatever is in front of you. You're looking at the loss, you're not looking at the obvious. And here we have is the Star card reverse, the presidency. So will information be revealed? Spirits and angels, will information be revealed? We have here in due time. They're waiting on information. This is the Knight of Pentacles. This is information that is waiting to be handed over. Information. So I feel like in essence, when you look at the cards here, because you have the Seven of Cups, right? Which is talking about in this aspect, many moving parts, many variables that are moving. Here we have the government in reverse. So I feel like it's not going to be directly investigated by the government. It's not going to be found by the government. In hindsight, it's going to be revealed through an electoral process. Here we have the lost card. They need to make sure they're not looking at the too many moving parts. They need to look at the obvious, because in order to find the information, it's right in front of your face. You just gotta look for it. It's literally right there. I mean, look what Trump said. That is what that cup means. It means it's obvious. It's right in front of you. You just gotta turn around and look. Here we have the Star card, which is the presidency card. This is not during the presidential election. I wonder if this comes about during the midterm. And here you have is the Knight of Pentacles with information that is waiting. What is the bottom of the card when we ask will the information come out? We have the Page of Swords. So eventually I do believe it will. It's just finding it. It's going to be difficult because this is the ballots. They're not going to find the ballot. That's the thing. But they can find the coding software program. And by finding the coding software program, then things start to get revealed. Things start to make a lot more sense. And that is how they're able to make that determination based off the software. I don't even know if they're going to get the ballot. I really don't. I just feel like if they find out about the coding, they'll make the connection between the two. They'll make that connection. But yeah, there's that. And then let's go and see. We talked about. I just lost my train of thought. Like my train of thought was gone. We just talked about the election. Talked about the result and Harris and how she was feeling. We talked about whether or not it can be revealed. Is there any other information you need to reveal about Harris? Any other information revealed about Harris? Former Vice President Harris. Like, what is her future? Well, actually, let's look at that. What is Harris? You know what? This is what I want to do. I want to change my question now. I want to change to what will Harris be well known for? Like, how would history remember Harris? How will history remember her? This will tell us what might be likely to happen based on how history remembers her. But remember, history sometimes has false misinterpretation. Remember, people can manipulate the history books. So to keep that in mind as well, this is not always a reliable question. Because especially in this day and age, well, anything can be manipulated. And here you have the King of Wands reversed. The King of Wands upright. This is the Trump card. This is like the conservative card. This is kind of like more like conservative. This is more like the vice president card. And here we have the presidency. Okay. So how will history remember Harris? Now remind you, I'm going to tell you what you need to hear because I'm not going to lie to you. I'm just going to be front and center that this information take with a grain of salt, because the information I may reveal to you, how would history remember Harris? It's going to be how history remembers her in the textbooks, who Harris is. We all know how textbooks are and how easily they can be manipulated. The information I read to you here could be manipulated information from the future that we're not aware of. But this is the overall consensus of how she's remembered, with a quote-unquote caveat. Okay, let's go and take a look. Let's see how Harris is going to be remembered. First, I'm going to take my little nice sippy sip of water. Okay, so the way you're going to read this is very simple. You're going to read it in this direction, heading towards death. And then you're going to wrap around and you're going to read it this way. Okay, kind of like a snake, almost like a horseshoe, essentially. Here we have here, how would history remember Harris? It starts at her and who she is. This is the very start. This is her restriction, the restriction of what had taken place in the United States. So this is the start. So this is her becoming president without people choosing her. This is the Democratic primary. This is her being chosen at the Democratic DNC convention in 2024. Here we have is followed by domestic. She will be known for something domestically, something within the United States. So she will be well known for doing something for the people. Maybe potentially because they've been silenced. Here we have is tranquility, peace, and calmness. She had that fighter spirit, but she also had that sense of calmness, which is why it's represented as temperance, balance. But also seeing she'll be well known for healthcare, something revolving around health. And here you have the transition, a gap, a period, a time of mourning, a transitional period of rebirth, a new cycle. This is her. This is how she's remembered in the first half of her life, up until after January 20th, 2025. This is how she's remembered in the history book for that point. Now we start to make our way around this way. How is she remembered during the second part of her life? Well, she's remembered for not holding back and to holding on to faith, but also holding on to something. She holds on to something that she's remembered for. But this also, when I put this card down, I heard that this guy also represented she tries to defeat and go after a man who tries to hold on to power. So this is something that's coming in the future. Because this is where she is now. She's in that period of rebirth. She hasn't hit this yet. Here we have is the Six of Pentacles. It means greed, oligarchy. This is my oligarchy card. Oligarchy. So the holding on to power by the oligarchy and those in position of power, right? Giving money to the places where it really needs it. Here we have darkness. Darkness and the Hermit card, and it has the light here. The light is being shined on a woman. The woman is looking at the light. Well, this is the Queen of Wands. And she is the one in the upright position. This has always been my card that represented Harris. Right? The light being shined on Harris. Even in the darkness, is the Queen of Wands. And it's being aided and further clarified and further amplified by the King of Swords. This is the reverse card, which is interesting because the Queen of Wands here is her in an upright position, which means she will be in power. But the Knight of Swords reverse is telling me not the incumbent. What does that mean? I'm hearing that she will not be in power. Well, I mean, she's not in power now, but she will be in power soon. Whatever that soon is. Remember, time doesn't work the same way. Here we have options, but not an option. She has to become it. Remember, I said this before, that Harris is destined in her whole path to become a leader in some way. That is her path. That is her psychic path. That is the path that she is meant to do, and that is her life purpose, is to serve the people. She will get there eventually. Now, going back to the top of the reading here, we have the Star card. How will she be remembered? This is now when she becomes president. The Star card. How will she be remembered during the presidency? We have the Star. She becomes president, but it's unprecedented. So she doesn't head towards the presidency. The presidency chooses her. Yep, here's the White House. This is the White House. It's the Four of Wands here. The presidency chooses her. But justice was not rightfully served. So I wonder if she's going to serve 6 years. not exactly 8. So it might be like she comes in around like 2026 or something, but it could be sooner. Because here we have judgment. Judgment happened to take place on the person in power, which is the guy who's trying to hold on. And here you have the death of rebirth. And how is she remembered? She's remembered because she's the one who takes 45 down. She's remembered because she takes 45 down. And we have here, it's not a political death. People kept saying, oh, she's the worst Democratic candidate, was performing Democrat in decades. That's not really true because she is the Four of Swords reverse. She's not remembered for that. Here we have the Seven of Swords. She was remembered for the woman who had it stolen, but she was calm and tranquil about it. So something that she did around the time when she found out the information, she was very calm. She was pissed, but her demeanor and what she did for the country, I didn't take matters to her own hand the way Trump did, was considered respectful for the nation. And here you have the Ten of Swords reversed. She didn't betray the nation, you know that. That's why it followed up upon the Judgment card and the Death card. Here was followed by the Fool card. The Fool, she defeated the Fool. Right? He fell over the cliff, but I feel like this is self-sabotage, which tells me that Trump falls because he's self-sabotaged, and she rises to take his place. So Trump is going to continue to say things that's illegal and admitting to fraud and stuff like that. I would not be surprised if that is something he does. He already did it, but I expect more of it. Here we have it, the Ace of Swords. She was not defeated. This is my defeat card. So when this card is upright, this means the current incumbent or the king or queen, whoever's in power, loses. This is taking the sword and running through them and killing them and removing them from position of power. This is also a victory card depending on what position you are in. If you are the opposition and you're trying to seek power and this is the card you get, you're going to be a winner. When this card is reversed, depending on the context of the reading, it determines whether you are a winner or a loser. In this aspect, it was reversed, I believe, which means that she did not lose. She did not lose. She was not defeated, despite what it was said, which is why it falls underneath the Four of Swords and it's right above the White House card. What is coming after the sealing of the election and whatnot? We have the Ace of Cups. This is the ballot. I don't think they're going to find the ballot. I think they're going to find the coding software. I'm going to ask that next. And here we have no longer upset. And why is she no longer upset? Because here is the King of Wands to the male, right? This is, I guess, 45 in this aspect. We have here another male, which is Trump. I mean, not Vance. Followed by the Magician card. They did something shady. They manifested something, but something's going to rain down on them. And it's going to cause a loss when it does. And it won't be even a decision have to be made. A decision does not have to be made. It's already determined. He is now become the hanged man. A transfer of power is in effect. This is the inauguration. This is my transfer of power and agreement between the people and the leader. The Two of Cups. Here at the Knight of Cups, a guy takes a transition of the cup. He transitioning the cup to the past, and the past is the woman. The Nine of Wands. The Nine of Pentacles. So eventually there will be a transition. I don't know when it's going to occur. It looks like it's going to be very quick, but also very slow. It depends on the move in which everything takes place and the energies and the frequency they're in. So that is really the honed down energy of it. And then the last question that we are going to ask is the reason why I'm being very careful here because the Spirit has told me I had to be careful because I could accidentally reveal information regarding their plan to ensure that certain things are put in place, certain things are happening, and whatever it is, that I don't expose them because we're basically giving the enemy ammunition and fire to be able to set up an offense or a defense to prevent it or to change the time because they know everything in advance. You gotta be careful with things that you act and say because they're changing things, and that is why nothing's happening the way it is because we kept revealing it. So that's why I'm being very careful with the questions that I ask. So what we're gonna ask now is, what's the next question that we're asking? Because I just forgot it. I've been having a lot of brain amnesia when I do my psychic challenge and I channel from within. I kind of forget because I kind of separate myself from the human mind, and oftentimes than not, I don't remember anything I read. I really don't. Which is kind of sad in a way, but it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. Just how life works and functions and operates. Um, is there anything else, Spirit? Okay, so we covered Harris and how she remembered in history. We covered a whole bunch of stuff. Can we cover what's it called? Oh, the machine. Let's cover the machine. I don't like the way that metal sounded. I apologize. Okay, so spirits and angels tell me when, well, not when, but like, will we ever get a revelation about what happened in 2024 about the coding software? We have here a yes, the Emperor. That's 45, but this is a yes card, normally in the right away. We have here another yes card, is the Ace of Swords. We have here the Hanged Man. Reversed, it's a yes card because it's consciousness aware. This means somebody is aware of something, aware of a situation done by 45 because he did something to defeat the incumbent and the incumbent party. That's why it's in the past context. What's happening in the future? We have a transition, the peaceful transition of power or the transition of power they're in. We have here the Knight of Cups, taking that same cup, and what are you doing with that cup? We have here going back to the past, and what are you doing to the past? They're looking ahead, which is foreign, so there's something here foreign, so something from the past regarding foreign. Okay, so we're asking information regarding, will information come to light, is essentially what we're asking, and yeah, information coming to light. We have the Emperor card here with the Ace of Swords. The Emperor card is 45. He defeated the incoming party, which is the Democrats here. The Hangman reverse is saying awareness. They are aware of the situation, or they will be aware of it when it comes to be. We have here the inauguration of Trump, with agreement between people, position of power, peaceful transition of power. And then we have is followed by the Knight of Cups, which means handing the power over to the next presidency, followed by the past card. So this is the past, right? It already happened, which is why it's in this past context. Then you have here something to do with foreign adversaries. So we're asking again, will information be revealed regarding that? The next card is we have the oligarchy, so foreign adversaries outside of the nation. So this has to do with information outside as well. And here we have a death, a change, a rebirth. What is that change? We have here the Page of Pentacles, somebody who seeks the Pentacle. And who is that exactly? They're working on it. The Eight of Pentacles, and it's the election. They're working on the election. So the Eight of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles means somebody receives something, but something has to be worked on regarding the election. And we have here someone is going to be forced to leave eventually. And here is the Queen of Wands. But I hope she gives up. I hope she fights, but let's see what that fighting card for. And this is the man. I think Trump might not fight. He might just leave. He might forfeit and just escape. And here's the struggle. So we're asking, the whole question is we're asking, will information come to light revolving around the software program? I do think so, because it does talk about foreign here, and that it was foreign interference in some capacity. So yeah, I'm going to say yeah, it's going to come out. But it's going to come to light eventually. We don't know when that is or how it's going to come out, and let it play out on its own time. Try to be in faith. Have faith in everything. I know some of you guys actually made a good point. Don't try and say don't worry. You really don't need to worry. And if you're all going to be okay, and I'll be there with you every step of the way. I always said I will be. I intend to keep that promise. I will be there with you every step of the way. Just be in a state of understanding that everything's going to be alright for us. And just to sit back and just watch. Let it all go to hell for them. Let them feel the pain. Don't take on that burden. That's not your burden to carry. You did the burden. You did it in 2017 and onward. You did your part. Don't take it on again. They want you to take it on because that means less energy for them, less spiritual growth, and the more you take it on, the less they grow and the less we progress as a collective. Let them feel the pain. Even if it hurts us temporarily, let them feel the pain. Let them learn what a mistake they made. Let them learn. Just let them learn. Just let them learn is all I want to say to you. Now, before you go, I do want to go over with you guys because you guys are new, some of you. And let me go over some of the things that I got in my book. If you have not watched my 2025 energy thing with psychic prediction that I received or channeling, highly recommend you go and watch my New Year thing. I did 2 videos for it. But let's go and take a look and see what I said. This is my book. Gorgeous, right? All knowing, all seeing, thy truth. And that's what it's called. Yeah, I'm going to read you what the name and title is. All knowing, all seeing, thy truth, thy future. Alright, so let's see. What does it say here that's important for us to mention? Okay, so this was recorded on December 31st, 2024. And this was channel messages at 2:16 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And what is this important and why is this important? Well, let me explain. It says here, Trump shall be the trumpet that blows a new whistle of the age. For that I have created him, and it is time to usher in a new age of darkness and of light. Harris shall seek a new path towards the presidency, for that she shall become. She will follow an untraditional path towards the presidency, not the one where you go through the electoral college. Biden will be known for his tranquility, stability, and peace in a time of upheaval, which is probably why we should have never expected it anything to come about during the Biden presidency, because it would have happened after Biden left, because Biden will be known for his tranquility, stability, and peace, which is exactly what he did during the peaceful transfer of power. The Carters represented an old way of doing things, being good to humanity and expecting nothing in return. Rest assured, he has a very important role to play in the evolution of the United States and the world. Hillary's important role is to show the struggle of the new age of Aquarius for women. Not all will be easy, we never said it would be. Alright. Now going into the next Psycho Challenge message, which is January 9th, 2025. And this was channel message that is at 2:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that is when this one is being recorded. And let me see, let's see. Harris will go on to win the 2028 election if she so chooses to seek it. For that, the presidency is already hers. The Republicans will fall to the hate that consumed them. Trump will do something that will blow away the left, then the right, which means he's going to piss off a lot of people in almost every group, even his own. Faith has and will be renewed, but not all of that of religion, but rather in those who lost faith in the home in which they lived. A home could be even a state or a country or a government. Inauguration Day will be a day of reckoning for the many. Many will go as others will stay. There is no fraud in this election with the mere exception of manipulation in whatever form they decided to do it in. So the way I told you about like how they use the what's it called, they blocked off the certain amount of votes, and the Democrats can get as many votes as possible, but after you hit a certain ceiling of votes, they just don't get registered in the system and they just disappear and become ghost ballots. Like that. So it's not saying that it's like fraud, but it is fraud. It's like weird. It's like a very weird limbo. It's like a very legality word choice here that they decided to choose. They said it was manipulation, which could be why it's a lot harder because manipulation of the votes is a lot harder to prove than fraud. So that's why that's for that. Congress will decertify the results in due time, but not in which when he is still alive. With that, he will be stripped of his number and title and considered illegitimate. 3 impeachments will befell the next president, for that he has already committed 2 major crimes outside the scope of being in office. He sold them out and gave documents away. So it's the keywords here with the next president, and for that that's the keyword here, is the male. The male, the next president was going to be Trump. Okay? Fraud will be found on the phone of a nearby foreign adversary. Okay, so foreign adversary. Harris may take her rightful place but not before she finds and meets a young male. Tim Walz is not likely to become vice president, as I have other plans for him. So, it says here, look, read this on your own time, but this is January 9th, 2025. I said here, many Latinos will be deported and the age of Reconstruction will begin. Trust that all is in divine order and that I have created this so that the desired outcome can be met and reached those with a soul contract and must be fulfilled. So people with a soul contract must fulfill their duty in some way. Many good will come of this decade, but be overshadowed by the evil that consumes the media. You're starting to see that the media is starting to comply now, right? The trumpet can only be blown once, but that Trump has already used it up in 2016. There it is. All right, guys. Thank you. I overstay my welcome here, but I do appreciate all the love, aspiration, and support that you have been giving me. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. I love you, and I'll see you guys in the morning. I plan to pop up some more videos, so hopefully I will get jazzed and come up with great brand new ideas for video content. But in the meantime, guys, I love you. Seriously. Have a great night, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace out.